Hey everybody, it's Aura, and welcome back to Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Before we head out to Shwonk Fortress, I'm gonna go to the shop real quick to pick something up, and I'm gonna script through some tutorial dialogue so I can explain it myself. Anyway, every time you buy an item from a shop in-game, you'll receive 1 point. And once you receive a certain amount of points, say 10, 20, 30, and like, you'll receive a free item. Now, this is kind of useful, but since I don't really buy a lot of items from shops in-game, this probably won't come up a lot for me. Maybe I'll receive a mushroom or an ice storm, but I probably won't get much higher than that in terms of the reward ladder. But anyway, that brings me to my next point. Email is something that was added onto this game as sort of a neat little... I'm not going to say it's quite an Easter egg feature, but really, most of the emails you get don't really have much to do with the story or helping you along, although when you get emails from someone, you'll get a little picture of them like this. And the RDM, Rogueport Direct Mail Service, this is the kind of email you'll probably see most often. You get about one of them each chapter, and again, they don't really have much to do with the story, but you know, it's nice, kind of a little immersive. An old stronghold called Shwonk Fortress lies ahead. A stone creature lives there. At least it might live there. This gate is keep it out. My job is guarding the gate. But if the mayor says it's okay, I'll let you pass. Careful out there, though. Thank you very much, good sir. Now we... Oh, wait. Excuse me. I beg your pardon? Wait a moment, please. Well, hello there. Pardon me for yelling like that. I was panicking. How to begin? My name's Coops. I heard you're traveling to Hooktail's castle. So anyway, I have a favor to ask. Just forget it. Never mind. Ignore me. Goodbye. Okay. That was weird. What do you think that was all about? Talk about issues. So yeah, with that over with, if I am correct, then there's going to be a new type of enemy that I'm going to have to explain very soon. Just gonna get to my usual routine of checking all the bushes and trees in hopes of finding something particularly interesting. And if I'm correct, then this enemy should have... Yes, right on cue, it's about time for me to start talking about Koopa Troopas. Koopas are, well, they're just as iconic to the Mario series as the Goombas, if not more so. One of Mario's most classic enemies, reaching way back to Super Mario Bros., and arguably the original Mario Bros. Game, if you're willing to contend that those turtles in the sewers were Koopas. Anyway, Koopa Troopas have 4 HP, highest we've seen so far from a non-boss, plus 2 attack power and 1 defense. I will explain the defense once I'm done with this part, because we just leveled up, so it's time for the big discussion about level ups. When you level up, you heal fully, HP, FP, and if I remember correctly, star power, and you gain the ability to permanently increase either your HP by 5, FP by 5, or BP by 3. I'm going to go for BP because with the specific build I have in mind, I'm going to need a lot of badge points, and it's best to build them up as soon as possible. Although, reasonably upgrading the others as well. Yeah, for my build this game, I'm hoping to go for sort of a tank Mario and be able to reduce a lot of the incoming damage, because HP totals don't get super high in this game, and eventually enemies will be able to start hitting really hard, and I want to be able to deal with that as efficiently as possible. Anyway, continuing on, as you have probably already noticed, regular jumps against Koopas have done no damage for the first hit, and that's because their defense of 1 reduces all incoming damage by 1, as you would probably expect, and considering that the basic jump or head bonk only has 1 attack power, that renders them completely useless. So they just deflect off them. However, hitting a Koopa from above with, say, a jump or a head bonk will cause them to fall on their back, which will nullify their 1 defense point while they lie prone. And not only will that leave them open to any sort of attack, but it will also have the side effect of, hold on a moment, I had to make sure I didn't accidentally jump or get it hit without a first strike. But yeah, when a Koopa is on its back, it will be inactive for 2 turns. First turn, it will be struggling to get up, and second turn, it will actually get up, but take no further actions. So if you're fighting a whole team of Koopas, or just 2 Koopas at once, your best opening move is, rather than just focus on one, knock as many of them on their backs as possible so you have fewer incoming attacks. Because with the Koopas having an attack power of 2, you can't completely nullify what they do with the basic guard. There's what I was looking for. There's another POW block. So yeah, when you're in battle, you have to figure out a certain strategy for what you want to do. Anyway, change of scenery. Nope, just won't open. Wonder what we should do. Well, there's really one option for stuff to do here. Take a look at these statues. That turn out not to be statues, turns out they're actually alive. Anyway, meet the Bald Cleft. 2 HP, 1 attack power, 2 defense. And with 2 defense, they'll even be able to shrug off a fully powered hammer blow with the action command and... oh wait. Nah, that's good. Oh. Yeah, if a good item gets thrown to you and your item stock is full, then it won't actually catch. Anyway, the Bald Cleft can't be hurt by... I don't care, I'm not gonna catch it anyway. It can't be hurt by your jump, can't be hurt by your hammer, because their defense is too high to affect it, and unlike the Koopas, they won't be flipped over if you jump on them, so you can't even nullify their defense. In addition to that, they're also immune to fire, so fire flowers won't work. So basically, you have nothing to do but flee. But that won't do anything to get you through the area. At least to my knowledge, I've never actually fled from this fight. But there is one thing you can do to hurt them. POW blocks ignore all sorts of defense and hit every enemy on screen. Ergo, one battle. Oh, I don't know how to finish this sentence, so I'm just going to move on. And also because the Bald Clefts are harder to deal with than the other enemies you've fought so far, you get quite a few more star points from fighting them. I enjoy that, because it makes me level up faster. Anyway, got another Koopa just up ahead. Dodge him, and boom, there we go. And I'm hoping that we get a... oh, speak of the devil. I was gonna say that I'm hoping we get a fight with multiple Koopas so I can show off the general tactic of knocking over as many of them as possible, and turns out I got lucky. So, as you can see, because all 3 of them are on their backs, none of them can actually hurt me right now, and whenever you're fighting multiple Koopas, as said previously, this is the way you want to do it because you are completely minimizing the amount of damage that you will be taking. And as you can see, right on cue, they get up the second turn after they've been knocked down. And really, I'm not going to take any chances just downing one so I can get hit with 2 damage from another. So I'm just going to do the simplest thing, knock them both down again. Hit one with the hammer because that's the easier action command for me. And then I'm just going to double head bonk this other guy. And that's all she wrote. Also, one thing I should point out regarding star points is, as you level up, enemies will start to give less star points because you have to exert less energy to defeat them as you get stronger, or at least they pose less of a threat to you as you get stronger, because you know you're leveling up, gaining more stats and the like equipping more badges, becoming harder to kill, you know, all that good stuff. And I don't know if it's been specifically pointed out yet, or I don't know if you've been able to see it yet, but at the start of the game, Paragoombas were giving 3 star points every time I beat them. Now they're only given 2. And mind you, this is only after leveling up once, so Goombas stop being reliable sources of star points very quickly in this game. Although, really, that... oh, and as I'm sure you just saw there, that Koopa just healed a point of health. That's because it had a Happy Heart badge equipped. And when an enemy is carrying a badge, it's considered to be equipped to them. So enemies can heal, they can get lucky with badges like Close Call and Pretty Lucky. Oh, I'm taking that POW block, I'm taking it immediately. And if they have, say, I don't know if I've ever seen an enemy equipped with a Power Plus or a Defense Plus, but that will upgrade their stats, and some enemies are just terrifying when they have increased stats, trust me. Anyway, You might have noticed that I didn't get a first strike against these guys, and I did that deliberately, because these are bristles. 2 HP, 1 attack power, and 4 defense, so they're even tougher than the bald clefts. And, well, you can't jump on them because of their spikes, and if you try to hit them with your hammer, those side spikes will pop out and hurt you. So basically you can't even get close to these guys, and like the bald clefts, they're immune to fire, so you can't hurt them that way either. So once again, only way to take them out is a POW block. And really, that's something I kind of want to discuss, because I think it was kind of an odd creative decision for them to put 2 enemies that can only be bypassed one certain way, especially so early in the game. Because I know that they make it really easy for you to get POW blocks this early, but I know it just sort of comes off as odd for there to be an obstacle that can only be surpassed one specific way. And I know that's basically the definition of obstacles in video games, but when it comes in the form of an enemy that is basically invincible to all but one item that you may or may not have at that point in the game, because you might have wasted your POW blocks on Goombas or Koopas, yeah, it's just weird to me. Still love the game, but I'm gonna admit it's not perfect. Still great, though. Anyway, okay, gonna hope really hard that I get this. Still gotta work on my super guarding, I see. Yeah, ideally, I would have liked to be able to take out that Koopa in one turn, but since I'm too weak to do so, I had to deal with being unable to hit this spiky Goomba, because you can only hammer enemies that are in front. Unless the enemy in front is flying, in which case you can only hammer the next enemy in line. Yeah, that's sort of the thing about the hammer, you know? And free Fire Flower, and just got an in coupon. In coupons, I'm just going to talk about them real briefly. Oh, nice. In coupons, all they do is they give you 1 free stay at an inn. And really, that's not that useful. I mean, yes, inns do cost money, but really, it's usually not until later in the game where inns really cost an extravagant amount of money. And even then, there's only one inn I can think of that really costs something that would be a, oh no, come on, resist this. Oh no. Okay, that was a sleepy sheep, and really it's my own fault that I got hit by that, because when an enemy has an item and it's a good item, they are probably going to use it. Also, I should probably mention that when you're asleep, you can't guard, so any attack that hits you is going to hit for full damage. That was a major tactical blunder. I apologize for that. I should have focused on the Goomba instead of hitting the Koopa. I don't even know what I was thinking, just completely missed that. And despite me just saying it's good, I will not be using a Sleepy Sheep because I don't really like relying on items. Anyway, this is a heart block, a holdover from the original Paper Mario games. You hit it and it restores all your HP and FP. Not sure about star power though. In the original game they were free, but now they cost coins, just like an inn. But the coin cost doesn't really get too extravagant until much later in the game, so it's usually not much of a bother. Which leads to the other problem with inns that, well, there's heart blocks you can use to restore anyway, you still have to pay coins for them, and since I don't buy a lot of items from shops, because I use my coins for other things, I usually have a little bit of pocket change spare for inns, so, and really inn coupons just clutter up your inventory anyway, so I don't see a point. I don't even know what they sell for. It might not even be that much. I might check it out later, though. But as you can tell, this is a thwomp. Hoo-ha-ha, you're the first contestants I've seen in a while. If you've come all the way here to Shwonk Fortress, you must want stone keys. And if that's the case, then you must compete against me. If you win, I'll let you through to where the stone keys rest. However, if you lose, you will suffer a terrible fate. And by terrible, I mean awful. Hoo-ha-ha. So, what do you want to do? I'll take you on. Not like I have a choice. Hoo-ha-ha. You're in for it now. Hey, ladies and germs. Welcome everybody to the 65th Super Fun Quirk Quiz. Are you confused right now? Because if so, that's pretty much exactly how I felt the first time this happened. Perk up those ears. If you correct the answer 5 of the fun questions, you win! But get 3 of them wrong, you suffer a cruel and unusual punishment. So, you know, no pressure. Now, for the first question. What's hidden in this place? Well, you just said that the stone keys are here. I'm pretty sure the crystal star is in the castle. Princess Peach, no idea where she is. And as far as I know, the pickle stone doesn't actually exist. So, clearly, the proper answer here is pickle stone. Is that your real answer? Are you sure? Yes. Oh. Hoo-ha-ha. Wrong, 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 you fools! Remember, if you get 3 wrong, you're going to suffer like you wouldn't believe. Hoo-ha-ha. Don't let the pressure get to you. On to question 2. What do 1 Mr. Softener and 1 Fireflower cost to shop in Petalburg? Total. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the prices, so I have no idea. 10 coins? Yeah, that's my real answer. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention. You blithering meathead, you're wrong again. Get 1 more wrong and something wonderfully awful happens to you. Just 1 more wrong. Hoo-ha-ha. What's that I hear? Your little knees knocking? Moving on, question 3. Okay, I still got this, man. I can still do this. No problem. What's the name of the mayor of Petalburg? It's Croup. We know that it's Croup. We talked to him, and he said his name was Croup. Or someone else told me his name is Croup. I don't remember at the moment. But couscous is delicious with vegetables, so I'm going with that. Oh, You know, maybe I should have taken this quiz seriously. Hoo-ha-ha. Wrong, 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 so wrong it hurts. That's 3 wrongs, how awful for you. And so ends the quiz show, I guess. Hoo-ha-ha. Time for the pain game. I'll be nice, beat these guys and I'll let you pass, but you can't possibly do it. Best of luck, fathead. Hoo-ha-ha. These are clefts. 2 HP, 2 attack power, 2 defense. Can't jump on them because of, is that what... Okay, that could be one of 2 things. Either it's something that I wouldn't care about, or something that is incredible. The item the last cleft has. Anyway, they have all the same immunities of bald clefts, in addition to being immune to jumps because you'll just hurt yourself on their spikes. Fortunately, they're still not immune to power blocks, so it's party time! And just like that, this is over. But anyway, if you miss 3 questions, which aside from the one about shop prices is pretty much impossible unless you're trying to do so, and you don't have a power block, then there's pretty much nothing you can do. You might as well reset the game because you can't hurt them without a power block and you can't run from the fight. What? It can't be. How did you defeat my cute little clefts? Arg! Fine, whatever. You can pass, but I despise you. Yeah, again, that sort of impassable aside from one thing, and yeah, it's just weird. Well, that was a thing. Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, now we're actually in Shwonk Fortress proper, and ooh, red block. Yeah, red question mark blocks always contain badges. Multi-bounce is alright. It lets you jump on multiple foes instead of just one, but I don't really think I'm going to use it, at least not now. And, I'm going to try not to... I did not mean to do that. I'm going to try not to make a habit of running away from enemies, but fuzzies are an exception. I do not like dealing with fuzzies. They have 3 HP, 1 attack power, and 0 defense, and unlike most enemies in the game, they leech your health when they attack you. So they latch onto you, go through a little animation, and then they do 1 damage and heal themselves by 1. Really, I don't like dealing with them because they're difficult to guard against, and they're just kind of annoying to deal with their constant healing of themselves. So this is probably going to be one of the few times in the game where I actively try to avoid enemies on the overworld. But anyway, we just picked up a stone key, and once you pick up a stone key, you have to fight what I'm going to call a boss group of 4 fuzzies. They're not really a boss, but they're a fight you can't run away from, and I consider all of those to be basically mini-bosses, because they're a fight that you absolutely have to do in order to progress, so just makes sense. Anyway, we just leveled up again, and we could fill BP again, but I think that FP is probably the best option here because 5 flower points is just pitiful. It'll only let you get off 1 or 2 shots for special attack, and so I'm leveling it up just so I can have a semi-respectable 10. Because, again, you need the flower points for your special attacks, and oh hey, that fuzzy actually stays gone. I forgot it actually did that. Anyway, fuzzies have kind of a weird history in the Mario universe. To my knowledge, their first appearance was in Super Mario World as basically just obstacles more than enemies. They were essentially just spikes on rails, if I remember correctly. Then in Yoshi's Island, they were these hilarious flying things that made the screen get all trippy when you ran into them. And then they reappeared in Paper Mario as, well, what you see before you. Hopping leeches that are really difficult to deal with, unless you have a lot of fire flowers like I do. Personally, I prefer the Yoshi's Island version best, because at least those made the game more amusing. Also, if you want to, you know, run away from the fuzzies instead of fighting them like I am, then you're going to want to jump on the concrete portions to the top or bottom, because if you stay in the water, your footsteps will get slowed down, and me-ork. Hey, you suspicious types, this is our place, and coming in here is rude, rude, rude. Sorry, suckers, if you want a warm welcome, too bad. Now I lunch on your head. So, meet the boss of Shwonk Fortress, I guess you could call him, the Gold Fuzzy. 10 HP, 1 attack power, 0 defense. And despite what he just said, he is the only fuzzy in the game that will not leech your HP when he attacks, so, ironically enough, he is the only fuzzy that absolutely cannot lunch on your head. Oof! Hey, ow, you chumps are tougher than you look. But I'm not through yet. Everyone get him! And if this ain't a nightmare, I don't know what is. Anyway, this is the first fight that really has a significant, danger of you getting really hurt and possibly even game over, because the Fuzzy Horde will hit 5 times per turn, and the Gold Fuzzy will hit once per turn, and each of them will hit for 1 point of damage, so that adds up to a maximum of 6 points of damage you can take in a single turn. So if you aren't good at guarding with your action commands, or you don't bring a lot of mushrooms, then this could turn very bad very quickly. Honestly, I recommend not even trying to super guard and just keeping your guard on point, because they're only hitting for 1 per turn. Well, each attack only hits for 1 damage, so really there's not much you're getting out of super guarding it, especially the Fuzzy Horde, because you won't actually hurt them by super guarding that attack. And Gold Fuzzy, again, just use the regular guard, and make sure you have the timing down, because as long as you can get guarding down, which this is actually a good tutorial for guarding, you got me, because their attacks are actually pretty easy to time with the action command, so, if you can get it down, then it's basically going to be a walk through the park as long as you can keep that rhythm going. So anyway, that's going to be it. We got through Shwonk Fortress, we got the stone keys, so we can finally open up the pathway to Hooktail Castle. Hopefully. So anyway, I'm gonna be back in the next episode. I know that my frequency of updating has dropped recently, and trust me, I can admit that more than anyone, but I'm gonna try to get back to updating more frequently, giving you more videos, and moving this Let's Play right along, maybe a few other types of videos in the future, but for now, I'm just gonna make that promise to you. I will get better at this, and I will see you next time.